In Minnehaha County, about 20 people have been detained at the jail on immigration charges. From there, they are taken into the custody of the United States government.
In continuing coverage tonight, Beth Warden is talking to an immigration attorney, and she gets information from the U.S. Department of Justice. She shows us what happens to detainees after leaving South Dakota.
If you fly in or out of Minneapolis, St. Paul, you may have seen Fort Snelling next door. It's also the site of the Regional Immigration Court covering South Dakota and other parts of the Midwest. Attorney Hani Sandison represents her clients here.
Seeking asylum here, saying I can't go back because I'm afraid to be persecuted or tortured. And under the law, that's the right way to do it. You can't seek asylum unless you are actually physically in the United States.
Asylum goes back to World War II.
Countries were refusing entry from Jews fleeing persecution because they didn't have a legal permission to be there.
I asked the federal government how the process works at immigration court. A spokesperson says if the immigration judge finds the respondent eligible for protection or relief from removal, the judge is then able to grant the application. Once an immigration judge renders a decision on removability and eligibility for relief, the immigration court's responsibilities are complete, and the case transfers to DHS for subsequent detention, removal, or other action. Sandison also sees another approach, a request to dismiss the case made by federal attorneys.
The judge dismisses the case in some circumstances, and then the person walks out of the courtroom and is immediately arrested by ICE, and they say, you know what, you don't have an open case anymore, so we're just going to process you through a quick deportation.
Those who continue in court may be on their own.
The majority of people that are seeking immigration status in the U.S., they have the right to an attorney, but they don't have the right to a free attorney. Kids as young as 2-3 years old are expected to show up in court and be their own lawyer if they can't find one for themselves.
I asked Sandison what she worries about.
People disappearing with their family and friends and community, not knowing what happened to them or where they've gone. People being arrested in front of their children, like at school drop-off.
She also worries about due process and the Constitution.
We haven't been seeing the Department of Homeland Security consistently following the law.
In Sioux Falls, Beth Warden, Dakota News Now.
The Executive Office for Immigration Review sent additional information about immigration court. You can find it at dakotanewsnow.com.